this what joy feels like? It's been a minute. I hurt myself in spectacular ways sometimes. It is overflowing. Science. Shall we go with the gray, the gray, the gray, the gray, or the gray? And I'm keeping it. Let's get a closer look at the grime, you little freaks. Everything's a lot, y'all. Thanks for being here. Oh, hi. Welcome to Sewing Nerd Studios. I'm Jo, and this week we are just trying to crawl out of our depression hole while also not letting our anxiety take us away into the stratosphere. So, trying desperately to ground ourselves. Sewing is a nice tactile activity to do. I love this t-shirt. It's so incredibly soft. And we're just gonna go off vibes. I don't have a clear picture of what this is gonna look like. I think I'll have you come with me to look through my fabric library behind the curtain, pick out some complementary shades of something. I have been overthinking everything and stressing myself out, and obviously, like, it feels like the world, and specifically our country, is falling apart. So they're building an ice facility within 30 minutes of me. There is a rage within me I did not know I was capable of. I need to kind of center myself again, and this seems like a good tactic. Let's look at the fabric library, shall we? I have this nice, neat, organized shelving situation behind me, and I don't enjoy it very often. So let's dip our toes in. These are my lighter weight knits, so more t-shirt weight. I don't want to stray too far from this, but also it's like 11 degrees outside, and that's not including wind chill. So a long sleeve that's a little cozy, I think would be really nice. So I think this navy, yeah, I like the tone of it. There's like a little bit of heathering, is that the word for it, on the red? So it's fine that this is solid, but it's the same, like, I don't know, is value the word I'm looking for? Same level of brightness. I think that's value. Then, shall we go with the gray, the gray, the gray, the gray, or the gray? I think that's more black. That's too thick. I'm literally just, this feels right. This one feels right. And that also feels like the right tone. It has a little, ever so slight heathering to it. Let's use these. So what are we thinking? I want the red shirt to be the main front panel and the main back panel. I think I'm gonna use a Tilly and the Buttons pattern. I have her book Stretch. If you are even good at like if you've been sewing for a while, I would recommend any of her books. I learned so much, even though I've been at it for a long time. I kind of want to like redo all these projects because she has 3 books as far as I know. She might have more. I haven't kept up on her stuff as closely lately. So there's the Freya, which has a couple iterations. There's like a cowl neck and then a mock turtleneck. It flares out a lot at the bottom, and not that I would absolutely hate that, but I want cuffs at the end. I don't know, I'm thinking this without the hood. Something about the way these sleeves go together, I just want that more. I think a raglan would be fun. Yeah, there's the Frankie baseball tee. I'm already overcomplicating it. Do I want a raglan or not? No, I don't want a rag. I'm looking at this and I like how this color blocking is happening. I think maybe red front and back and then gray sleeves and then a collar and a cuff and maybe bottom hemband. That's why I want the sweater and not the Freya dress. Because I want a third color. I want the navy blue as part of it. When the front and back and then the sleeves are taken up, there's not many other pattern pieces in the Freya top, but the Stella jogger has, I mean, I'm gonna have to improvise a collar, which is fine. Oh, I guess it doesn't have a bottom band. We're gonna add one though. Are we? Probably. I think I would like big chunky bits of color like that. And also, a thing I often have issues with is that garments are never long enough for me. So having something like a bottom band, I can make it as wide as I want. Ooh, maybe we can add some thumb holes to the cuffs. This is how you know I literally have not thought about this yet. I really like this color combination. Maybe I do a little sketch and then we go from there. We're here to clear our head, not clutter it up. So whatever seems like the path of least resistance is where I'm gonna go with this. Yeah, we don't have to overcomplicate it. Okay. Is my serger threaded Oh, it's got the right it's got black thread on there. You love to see it. So, cool. That's one less hurdle. My serger was fighting me the last time I used it, but it was a very bulky lined hoodie I was working on for someone. So this is all lighter weight, even though some of them have like a sweater-ish inside. Like, I don't know that the book fell. Everything's fine. This is what the inside of the gray looks like. Not super thick or anything, but I think it'll still be warmer than just t-shirt material. And then the blue also has like a nice fuzziness to it. Oh, it's so soft. Do I want that for the sleeves instead? And then I have this as the accent for the bands. You know what? This is why I made little digital croquis of myself so I can draw this stuff up and I can play around with the color. I also just realized I have to go run some errands. Oh no. It's fine. This is gonna be fine. We're not stressing about this. It's Wednesday. I would like to have this done and ready to share with you by Friday, but we don't have to rush. This is not gonna take 8 hours to make. I have the last of my like outstanding custom orders for people about to head out the door. And I'm so excited to just like start with a clean slate because I've been sitting on some of this stuff for months because I was just not functional at the end of last year. And it's been a bit of a slog into this year, but we're getting through. I just did it a bit at a time. It's one of those things I have to fight constantly. If I can't get it done in one sitting, it's still worth working on. But that like all or nothing thinking is not a good way to go about life. And that facet of it in particular, where it's like, oh, if I can't get it all done right now, it's not worth embarking on. That's how nothing gets done. So what I'm currently thinking with this top is like, if something comes up over the course of the rest of the afternoon and I can't finish it today, I was like, I guess I gotta walk away and not work on it. Not true. Get as much as I can done today and then finish it tomorrow if I need to. It's gonna be fine. Ooh, hold on. I have a huge victory to share with y'all. I finally made a successful cheese sauce. I was making mac and cheese last night and I've never made a good cheese sauce, and I did last night and I could have cried. I sopped up some of the sauce out of the pot with some like crusty roasted garlic bread. I almost shed a tear because it came out so good, and that's something I have been striving to make well for probably a decade. I don't know what the problem was. I was being impatient with it. That's what the problem was. Anyways, I'm gonna go run those errands, get the rest of my to-do list sorted out when I am a little more clear-headed and less we can calm down and sew, maybe have some tea, have a little snack. This is our Zen place, and I gotta get some zoomies out before I come back. Talk soon. Okay, so I did a little time lapse of me working on this artwork. I think what is like making my brain happiest is the blue sleeves. Not that I dislike this one. Listen, blue is my favorite color, so why wouldn't I want the option that has more blue? I do really like a slate gray though, obviously, because I have 6 different shades of it. I also made myself some tea. This is Bengal spice, because it's not caffeinated, but it's not like a sleepy time situation. Also, did I mention how atrociously cold it is outside? I had to bring in more rounds of firewood than I was expecting because we were burning through it at a rapid rate because of the cold. So I didn't get as much time in here as I thought I would. I got all my errands done though, and I feel so good about it. It's okay that I didn't get everything done today. Me getting this stuff done this afternoon means it's less I have to do tomorrow, and that's enough. I got some stuff done today. I got stuff that wasn't this done today, so it's not like I didn't do anything. And I'm trying to be better about not beating myself up if there's like a specific task I want to get done, but other things keep cropping up that keep me from getting that thing done. It's fine. We still made progress. We got some of it done, and that's enough. Okay? Okay. Hi, good morning. We got another snowstorm, and I'm so drained physically from doing all of this cleanup. It's just like, it's so hard on your body, and we're not even near the worst of it yet. I'm feeling very defeated about a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to take steps, like actionable steps, because just overwhelming our nervous systems with the horrors that are going on is not particularly helpful for ourselves or our communities. The only way we're going to get through this is together. I'm just trying to be truthful about where I'm at this week. And in general, it's been bad, but we still need to take time for ourselves and work on our hobbies and such when we have pockets of time. I was feeling really sick last night. That's the other factor in a lot of my hopelessness at the moment, and not hopelessness, but frustrations, I suppose, is my body's been having a really tough time. And that has made my brain have that much harder of a time. I feel like I can't do that much, so I'm trying to do what I can where I can. But I got very sick after my last clip, so I ended up posting a poll from bed in the Patreon. Not chat, but like I made a post asking for people to vote on what combination, what layout of colors y'all wanted. Initially, when I was first leaving off, my plan was to cut out the layout of this top with blue sleeves. But then the more I looked at the image I put together, the more I was like, I think I want the gray sleeves because it's maybe a little more unexpected. I don't know. I find it more visually interesting the more I was looking at it. So I'm content with either way this goes. But I am going to take my fabrics. I forgot that I have used so many of the Tilly and the Buttons patterns that I have a whole binder just for those from her books. And I've made so many variations and different sizes I've cut out of different patterns that like it is overflowing. They were worth every single penny that was spent on them. I'm going to dig through this monstrosity and see if I have what I'm looking for. And again, I know I'm going to have to make some alterations to what's already happening and then go from there. But I don't think I need the book for any guidance. I think I'll be able to just work off the pieces I have already cut out. All right, so here's the t-shirt. I should probably fold it in half. Back doesn't matter, but obviously I'd like to get the logo centered. It's funny too, I've sewn a lot of patches of this logo onto stuff, and round ones are the toughest to position, but I've done it so many times. I am very well versed in what the center points are of the top and bottom. Let's see what we got. Oh, is this even gonna work? I may have to recalibrate all of my plans already. I mean, we're doing the band at the bottom, so it's okay if we lose some length. I definitely added length to this for myself. That's probably what this line here is. Here's the thing. Part of why I like this pattern for sleeves is because they're mirrored. Most sleeves are not mirrored, but you can fold something in half and it's gonna be the same either direction, where that's not normally the case for most sleeve patterns. Is this something we can get away with? Hold up. Interesting. Is there writing on the back? I don't think there is on this one. No. I would like the idea of this being the sleeve if this had the usual writing on the back, because sometimes the shirts that have this logo, it says Trust the Pig on the back and then the town the brewery's in, because I could have it going like down the sleeve or something. I thought it would be fine because I usually wear like a small is what I have on right now, or a medium, and this is an extra large. So I thought surely if I'm cutting something that fits me, I'd be in the clear. Let me see what the Freya pattern looks like and if that's something that will fit better. Again, I have so many variations of this. This looks so much more usable. Ow! Oh, I forgot. Y'all, it's fine. It's fine, but I cut and bruised my finger opening a bottle of body wash. I hurt myself in spectacular ways sometimes. I have a couple different neck bands. Now this is the dress. I don't want it to flare out that much, but all I have to do is not flare it out that much. That seems like an easy resolution, right? I like the idea of having the graphic be the sleeve piece, but because there's not a front and back on this one, this is not the shirt for that. I will find one though, because now the ideas are spinning in my brains. Why is there glitter on this? This is what I used for my Winter Soldier costume. So I'll just have to come up with a cuff pattern. Oh, I even have, this is for narrow cuffs though. Do I want narrow cuffs or long cuffs? I guess I'll try it on. I'll cut out the main pieces, right? We'll do gray sleeves, and then I'll decide on the bands after. I think what I need to do just for ease of cutting is I'm gonna cut up the side seams and cut the sleeves off. I'm so excited. Oh, that's very satisfying. God, I haven't cut up a t-shirt in so long. I just need some kind of straight edge to work off of. We're improvising. I don't feel like grabbing one of my rulers right now. So binder it is. Well, let's not cut our binder up. That's probably why this blade is so dull. It's because me knocking into other shit. Okay, red pieces sorted. Now we're gonna do our sleeves out of the gray. There's no turning back after this, except there definitely is. It'll be fine. One of my favorite things about color blocking is like, you don't have to use up the full yardage you have available every single time you make something. Like, you just use bits and pieces. And I think that's a really fun element. So like, the number of times I've had the same black knit or charcoal knit in clothing items I've made. Oh, this is so soft. I'm so excited to have a top out of all these fabrics together. And I'm keeping it. So many times I make garments and it's just for my shop. And I also never share those on here, but this one's for me, god damn it. When I'm cutting out sleeves that are not mirrored, meaning the front curve is different from the, sorry, this is the front curve, this is the back curve. If those are different, if there's any difference to the sleeve sides, I do notch the back. Usually on a pattern, there'll be like a double notch on the back, only one notch in the front. I usually just notch the back side because I know. Just makes it that little bit easier to remember. Again, it's a knit, it's probably not gonna make a huge difference. I can't tell just by looking at it which one's the front and back. So that means it's probably not a huge problem. So sleeves are done. I do think I'm going to assemble the main chunks of the top, and then we'll do a little try on. And then from there, I'll decide if I want to open up the neckline more, if I want really long cuffs or really short cuffs, and then if I want to add a hemband or if I'm just gonna like fold the edge up a couple times. Could go any number of different ways. You know what? It's been a minute since I've defluffed this, so let's just shut it off, open her up. All I do to defluff my machine, take a dry paintbrush and just get right in there with it. Any old size, I tend to do like a narrower bristle. I don't wet it, I don't use any product or anything. Keep track of your screw. Take this bit out. Usually there's some fluff going on. Just do this away from your machine so nothing drifts in there. I'm trying to think of what I have sewn recently. I guess there's been a lot of fusible fleece interfacing. Yeah, there's some schmutz in here. All right, let's get a closer look at the grime, you little freaks. Try not to jam it into anything further. Just do little swipes at a time. Look at that. This could be why it's not sewing properly. I will also change my needle because it's probably overdue. If you can't remember the last time you changed your needle, it's probably time to change your needle. Just like if you can't remember the last time you washed your water bottle, it's probably time for A, you should drink some water, and B, you should probably wash your water bottle. It is worse in here than I thought it would be. I could take it apart further. I think I'm in okay shape. We are clean. I'm gonna shut this back off so I do not stab myself. Also, if you're worried about not putting stuff back the same way you took it out, you can like take a picture as you go before anything gets removed, so you know exactly how it needs to be oriented. I've just done it enough times. I know how it's supposed to look. Oh, and I'm gonna switch the needle. I don't know, I don't understand needle sizing all that much, but this is generally what I use. Sometimes I'll switch to a jersey one, which is just a ballpoint, but this isn't like super fine knit. I'm sure it'll be fine. I've done a million t-shirts with a universal needle and survived. Okay. Let's get this back in there and see if this is sewing better. I'm not at the like peak frustration threshold, but I am tired of things not working for me today, because with the snow cleanup I had to do earlier, I was literally screaming. So I would just want things to work, and hopefully these troubleshooting things will have done the trick. We fixed it. Beautiful. It still skipped one stitch for some reason. And honestly, it's fine. It's fine here and there if there's one that goes awry. Okay, cool. We fixed it. I'm gonna do the other shoulder seam and then the side seams, and then we will insert the sleeves while I respond to that phone call I just ignored. All right, gang. Hi. It's been a week. If you're here, you probably like understand and are feeling similar. A lot of bad has happened and continues to happen, and there's probably even worse stuff we just aren't even seeing. So I will say the biggest combatant for the crippling anxiety and debilitating depression, even though it's hard to muster it, is to put energy into organizing. I did go to the New Hampshire General Court for the first time yesterday and sat through a hearing. I've never been in the space. I would have given a testimony if anybody like needed to drum up numbers. I thought it was helpful to just be like a body in the room in support of the bill. And having never done it before, part of my like fear of doing something like testifying is not knowing about any of it, like not knowing how to do it, not knowing how other people do it. And it was a good step in like getting myself comfortable with that. So in future, I have a better frame of reference. New Hampshire makes it so easy to do online testimony. So I did do that. I do that all the time. There's so many and it's hard to keep track of all of them. So there are a lot of online resources like the New Hampshire 5051. There's the Kent Street Coalition. There's Moms Rising. There's New Hampshire ACLU. There's a ton of organizations. I'll link a ton of this stuff in the description. And if you're not from New Hampshire, which I assume most of you are not, there are similar resources wherever you are. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you are not alone, and there are people that have been doing the work. As someone who is chronically ill, I can't commit to a ton of things because I never know where my health is going to be at week to week, day to day, hour to hour sometimes. So I show up where I can, when I can, and so much you can do remotely. Okay, also, I've been forgetting to take my brain meds for over a month. I know, but they are the meds that help me remember to do stuff like take the meds. So I'm trying not to beat myself up. I did finally this morning remember to take them first thing. So I feel a little bit more above water. And listen, if you're tired of hearing me talk about these things, I'm so tired. I don't want to have to talk about these things, but I have to talk about these things. I want nothing more than for these things to not be of such importance, but here we are. So we got to speak up and pass information along to help other people do the same. Okay, I got one shoulder seam sewn last week. Great. Oh, that's right. I had to like clean out my machine and I cut the sleeves, but I didn't cut the bands out yet. I do think I'm going to open the neckline more, but I will do a little test fit before I make any of those decisions. I'm going to continue stitching and I will check in once I get the like bulk of the assembly done. Okay? Okay. Here's a little time lapse for you. first try on. Yeah, I think having like a 1.5, 2-inch band down bottom, definitely some cuffs, and then because the logo is like, I try to cut it as low as I can, but I'm making a t-shirt out of a t-shirt, so like there's only so much I can do. But I do want to open the neckline just a little bit so it hits a little lower, and maybe it's just a little more open around here. The back is fine. So yeah, let's do some cutting. Not to immediately switch things up on myself, but because we're doing the bands and cuffs and stuff out of blue, meaning I need minimal fabric for it, I realized I have like small cuts of knit fabric in this bin, and I have like kind of a heathered navy in, oh, it's right here. Oh, there's definitely enough. There's definitely enough. That's the one thing bothering me about the blue that I picked out is the other two colors. Oh, I'm so excited. Is this what joy feels like? It's been a minute. Oh, this is gonna be perfect. I've never been so happy to be a hoarder. This is the trifecta. Oh, it's so good. I'm so happy. Okay. I'm gonna cut this out. I was just about to cut the other stuff and was like, wait 1 second. Heck yeah, okay. I'm gonna figure out how to measure these things and cut them. Let us go to the cutting table. All right, before we do anything else, I'm gonna open up this neckline. Like I said, the back is fine, so I'm not going to stress about that. I still need to change that blade. All right, slightly bigger neckline, nothing too drastic. 20 inches, doubled is 40. That makes sense because my hip is like 41, 42, and this does come down pretty low. So I don't want it to be super tight over my hip. We'll call it 40. And if I need to do this in 2 pieces, I will. I'm probably going to have to, but we'll see. If it's just shy, I'll go with it. It'll be fine. Let's see what we got. If I can get like 38 inches, I'll be happy. Oh, that's perfect. That's actually perfect. Okay, I can get 40. All right, here's a rare circumstance where I can actually use my flexi curve, where obviously you don't have to have something like this to measure this out. I just have it, so might as well use it. 9¼ inches. All right, gang, we're on the home stretch. I have my wrist cuffs ready to go. Nice and snug, but not too restricting. Then, did I hit record? I did hit record. Look at me. This is the bottom band. I think it's wide enough. I think it's wide enough. I think we'll be okay. And this is the collar. All I did was fold it in half, wrong sides together, and did a basting stitch along the edge just because I hate trying to like deal with all the layers moving around when I'm going to attach it. So an extra step, maybe more work than you want to do. You don't have to do it. And then when I'm attaching bands, especially when they're a little bit smaller than the holes they're going to be attached to, is if I flip the garment inside out. That way, like, the sleeve is ever so slightly wider than the cuff. And if you flip it inside out, it's going to be on the outside. And the cuff, which is a little smaller, will be on the inside. So just science. Just going to stitch everything together. A helpful way to go about this, to make everything go nicely, is to mark quarter points. Like, I'll have the seam of the collar at the center back, so I'll notch there. And then the center front, same thing, just mark the halfway point. Do as many, like just keep having the lengths and you'll get it in nice and even. And you might have to reinsert it. I've had to reinsert collars more than any other band type of thing. They're kind of a pain sometimes, so like, pace yourself. It's gonna be all right. All right, let's see. Oh, it's so comfy cozy. I'm so happy. It's just the right mix of like snug without being super tight and fitted. I think that it flares out a bit. I often will like tuck my shirts into my pants because I wear a lot of high-waisted skinny jeans because listen, I'm a millennial and there's just no fighting it. And then I'll kind of like do this a bit. But because it has this bottom band happening and it flares out ever so slightly, I think I'm down with keeping it out over the top of my pants. Right? Cuffs are good. I'm so happy that I found this heathered fabric. Like the blue. I can't believe the match. Oh, this makes me so happy. Listen, it took us almost 2 weeks to get this done. Week and a half. Somehow. This is something that like me and my prime could knock out in like 2 hours. And obviously that's just not a capacity I'm at right now. Even this afternoon, even the little bit I had left to do, it's been about 3 hours since I started on it. So sleeves are like the perfect length. I was going to do longer ones with thumb holes, but I like a thumb hole on an outer layer, and this is like t-shirt. So I do like the way I did the sleeves instead of doing a raglan. Not that I dislike a raglan, but I don't know. I think it might have cut into the graphic a little bit too, and I didn't want that. I'm so glad I opened the neckline. I think it would have been like just ever so slightly too tight to be comfortable, where this is like perfect. Because I'm not thinking about it, so that means it's the right size for me. And hey, the only reason I was able to take so long to work on this, like thank you for being patient with me, it's entirely because of everyone over on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support over there and letting me do stuff like this, but also take my time to do it. Of course, I have ideas on what I want to do for my next video, but I also had multiple ideas I thought I'd get done other than this in January, but I just tried to follow the dopamine, and I will likely do that with my next project. So I don't want to promise anything that I won't have follow through on. So I will see you back here with something in 2 Fridays. Thank you so much for hanging out. I wasn't recording that whole time. I cannot. I simply cannot. Who are you? Who do you work for? Everything's a lot, y'all. Thanks for being here.